Thanks to Van Dorn, you learned that your main competitor, Joshima Cybernetics, is close to a breakthrough in the critical area of interface technology, specifically the artificial neural fibers that link biological systems with cybernetic components. Their latest prototype batch of synthetic nerves has twice the response time of regular SNs with zero signal degradation. Development and production of this new type of connectors would catapult CSC to the forefront of a technological revolution. The mission: infiltrate CSC's facility and infect the NanoLoom operating system with a self-replicating virus that will bring on a cascading equipment failure, and acquire a sample of these new synthetic nerves for your own research department.
And as you can see, this is the facility the agents have to infiltrate. So the agents enter from here, and they have to upload the virus there and obtain the specimen there. And over here we have the HSEC Hostile Security AI Forces. There's one there, another one over here, and here, and here. This last bit here is a spawn point, one of 4 in which the AI will spawn when their turn comes. And we see the 2 Ronin move up into the facility. Ronin 1 goes there, Ronin 2 goes there, and they take out the 2 HSEC here and here. Then we see the splicer or the hacker move up from there and fails all the moves, so she stays there. The medic moves up and goes into Overwatch mode with a D10 in reserve, which is a good thing because in the next turn, 2 HSEC spawn from spawn point 1. Thankfully, the medic who's on Overwatch over here with her D10 dice was able to take out the HSEC over there. So the Ronin 1 moves up with his free move and tries to get another movement with his D6 dice, but unfortunately he fails. He tries on the D8 and fails that, and he tries on the D10 and fails that action. So he's stuck there. Ronin 2 decides to throw a micro frag grenade on those 2 HSEC and succeeds on a 7. They save on a 6 and they fail the saving roll. So both of them are knocked out. Well done, Ronin 2. After that, Ronin 2 makes his free move and then decides to activate his D6 action, and he succeeds. So he moves up and then he activates his D10 action and he succeeds. So he moves to the end, and that is the end of his activation. Now the medic decides to attack the HSEC hiding behind the wall. Uses her D10, hits on a 5, and the guy saves on a 3. And the medic gets a 6, so it's a success, and the HSEC fails, so he's down. After that, the medic uses her free move to move up, and she goes up there. Next, she decides to use her D6 action to move up, and she succeeds, so she moves up. Finally, she uses her D8 action to move up, and she fails, so she stays there. It's the HSEC turn, and that guy succeeds in activating, so he moves up and takes cover behind that. This guy's turn to activate, and he succeeds, so he moves up around the corner there. And that's the end of the HSEC activation. The Ronin decides to do his free move over there, and he lobs a micro frag grenade on those two guys. He succeeds on a 4 plus with 2 dice, and he fails with both dice. So now the dice bounces and it moves 3 inches in that direction, and it hits that one guy over there. Now that guy saves on a 6, and what do you know? He saves on a 6. How nice for him. Following that failure, the Ronin decides to attack that guy out in the open. So he hits on a 3 and the guy saves on a 5. And a hit, and he fails, so the guy is down. And for his final action, the Ronin decides to go after that guy, and he will hit on a 4 and the guy will save on a 5. And the dice is rolled on the d6s and the Ronin fails to hit. So, yep. The next Ronin makes his free move up there, and then he uses his d6 action and he fails. Then he uses this 8 action and he succeeds, and he moves over there, and then he decides to shoot that guy, and he hits on a 5 and the guy saves on a 4. Let's see. And yep, the guy is down. Well done. The medic activates next and uses a free move to move over there, and she decides to do a squad link to give an action to another teammate, and it's a success. So one of the Ronins takes it and they attack those HSEC there. They hit on a 5 and those guys save on a 4. And it's a success and the guy failed, so he's down. After that, the medic decides to use her d6 action to move, and she gets it. So she moves over there and decides to attack the last HSEC over there with her d8. Hits on a 6 and the guy saves on a 5, and she succeeds and the guy fails, so he's down. Now that her teammates have cleared the way for her, the Splicer moves up with her free move, uses her d6 action to move and fails, uses her d8 action to move and succeeds. She moves up 4 inches, and finally she uses her d10 action to move and she gets it. So she moves into cover in that corner over there. What happened was this guy failed his activation roll, that guy failed his activation roll, and only that guy activated and moved up. Meanwhile, 2 HSEC level 2 spawn from there and move there, and 2 HSEC level 2 spawn from there and hit over there. That's the safe they have to crack to get the sample, and that's a data terminal they have to hack. Turn 4. This Ronin activates first and decides to hit those guys. Uses his d10 action, hits on a 5 and saves on a 4, and the guy goes down. His next action, he attacks that guy with d8 and hits on a 5, save on a 4, and he goes down. So now he has to make his free move and he will move over there. The reason being that he has to focus on those 2 HSEC over there. He will make his final attack with his d6, hit on a 5 and they save on a 4, and he misses, so they're safe. The other Ronin will now make his free move and he moves up there Now he will use his D6 to move, and he rolls the dice and he fails. He uses his D8 and fails. And he rolls for his D10 action and he succeeds. And he moves up there. And what a wasted activation. The medic now decides to move up with her free move, and then she rolls her D6 to move, and she fails. She now has to roll her D8 to move, and thank goodness she succeeds. And she will move over here in cover, and maybe on second thoughts, no, she will go in for the objective, which is the safe in there. She will roll her D10 to give a squad link to one of her mates, and she fails. Ayo. Now the Splicer makes a free move up there and decides to attack the H-Sec and rolls the dice, hit on 4, save on 4. And he hit, but the guy saved. The Splicer decides to go for the objective and rolls to move and missed. Roll the D10 for movement again, and this time around she succeeds. So the Splicer will now move up to the data terminal but is unable to hack it this turn. Now at the end of the agent's turn 4, we can see the position. First of all, the Splicer is there at the terminal but hasn't hacked it yet. There's a H-Sec there, a Ronin over there, waiting to kill him. The medic is there waiting to hack the safe, another Ronin there, 2 hostiles there, 3 hostiles there, and a drone that the Splicer hasn't had time to activate at all. Now it's the H-Sec's turn to attack. This guy will shoot the Ronin. He will hit on a 5 and the Ronin will save on a 3 thanks to the armor. And the guy hit, but the Ronin made a save and his turn is over. And now the H-Sec have spawned at the end of turn 4, and you can see there's 2 new H-Sec that spawn over there. And then there's more H-Sec spawn over there. And those 3 H-Sec have finally started to move up over there. Okay, so this guy has 2 actions left. So he decides to attack this hostile here. He hits on a 5 and saves on a 4. And he hits on a 5, but the guy saves on a 4. So the Ronin decides to turn the attention to the hostile over there. Hit on a 5, save on a 4, and he missed. So that's it, and he can't do anything else. Now the Splicer will attempt to hack the terminal using her black hack skill and save and succeeds on a 5 up and on the D10, and she rolls her dice and succeeds. So that's done, and now she spends her free movement to upload the thing. And now she has to get out of there, uses her D8 to move and fails. And then she rolls her D4 to move and fails. Oh gosh, she's stuck. Now I rolled the D4 off screen to see where my team would exit, and would you believe I got a 2? Honestly. So they would exit there, and I'm so lucky. Now the Ronin will move over here so that the hostiles don't get benefit of cover. He will attack that H-Sec over there with his D6 and hit on a 3 and save on a 5, and he misses. Okay, with the D8 action, hit on a 3 and save on a 5, and he misses again. Last action, D10, hit on the finally hit, and he didn't save, so he's down. What a wasted activation. Now that Ronin activates, and he will use his free move to move over there, then use his D6 action to move, and he succeeds. So he moves over there, and repositions himself so he doesn't block the medic's line of sight to that hostile over there. He decides to attack that hostile over there, hit on the 3, save on the 5, and hit and saved. The 8 action, hit on a 3, save on a 5, and finally hit and fail to, so he's down. And now it's the H-Sec turn to activate. Technically that guy is closer, but the medic is the objective, so the hostile won't attack him. Now he has to activate, misactivation, and misactivation. I think I'm playing this correctly, let me know if I'm wrong. This H-Sec now activates success, so now he hits on 4 and save on 3 and saved. Second activation and he failed, so that's done. At the end of turn 5, the H-Sec shot this guy, but no success. This guy shot that guy and no success. This whole bunch of hostiles over here have activated as much as they can and move forward. And that's all they do. This guy has moved up there, that guy moved up there, that guy remained standing still over there. New H-Sec spawn on point 4 with 2 over here and 2 at point 3. These are the D10 H-Sec with 3 activations. It's now turn 6 and the Splicer will activate first. To exit there, she uses her free move to move out there and uses a D10 action to move, and it's a success. 2 of them. So she moves off the table and the rest of the agents use their free move to move off the table, and that's the end of the game. That's the game. Ronin 1, Medic, Splicer, and Ronin 2. And I think that was a pretty tense game and many things have happened. And the most important one was of course the roll to exit. If I hadn't rolled a 2 and they exited right in front of the safe and the data terminal, I think they would have lost, because I don't think they could have made it back through all the coming H-Sec in time. So this was a really crucial roll, and yeah, so it goes to show, never give up, never say die, right? So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope there'll be more to come. Thanks for watching.